Audiences fell in love with Ione Skye when they saw her alongside John Cusack in the classic 80s romantic comedy Say Anything. She was also in Wayne's World and River's Edge and indie films like Gas, Food, Lodging, and many more. She also dated Anthony Kiedis, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, was married to a Beastie Boy. She's got a lot of in her stories to tell in her new book, Say Everything, a memoir.
And Ione joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you've lived quite a life. Why are you writing it now?
People were seeming to be curious about the 80s and the 90s in Hollywood and my particular story, and curious about what it was like dating Anthony Kiedis and also being the daughter of Donovan. And I just felt like right now I could write this story, but objectively, being the age I am, and to sort of take care of myself and others while I wrote the story. And it's felt really good to kind of have people get to know me.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be, so, you know, at a certain point, don't we all get to the, I mean, we're of your era. You get to an age where you're like, you know what, I just don't, I don't care what people know about me. I mean, really, isn't that it?
Yes, exactly. And people know I'm kind and also kind of funny and interesting, I think. And yeah, I also, sure, I feel like I'm not afraid to say stuff, and so far so good.
Yeah. Did any of it look different when you were writing it down and going through your thoughts? Did you learn anything, or did something surprise you?
Sure. Yeah, there are things I saw, I thought in life as I studied myself and learned as I got older. But for sure, things really landed for me, like, just thought I was very similar to my mother, just sort of in my dating life, kind of always looking for a man to take care of me, which surprised me, being the generation I am, and that I, could have had more confidence growing up doing all the things I was doing. So yeah, I'm kind of analytical, but sure, I learned a lot. I think I will continue to. If I read the book in 5 years from now, I'd probably look back and think, wow, I didn't really put that together either.
Before we start talking about some of the relationships you touch on in your book, which you're brutally honest about, I don't know how I did not know that the 60s singer Donovan was your dad, and that there's a lot of pain associated with that you mention in the book.
Yeah. My father is Donovan, the folk legend who I love. And I was always kind of protective when people brought him up in interviews. I would say, oh, I didn't grow up with my dad, but I had a nice childhood with my mother. But people wanted to know more, like, why didn't you grow up with your dad? So I felt kind of private to protect him. But over the years, knowing him, we have a semblance of a relationship, and I'll never really understand, because I'm a parent. I can't understand why someone wouldn't do all they could, but maybe it was a different generation, and he was a musician, and just a sort of person who could play music, but interpersonal relationships were a little more difficult. Mm.
And one of the stories, when you were dating Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, correct me if I'm wrong, you were 16 and he had to be like 24 or something. And, as a parent, I don't know that I'd be too thrilled with my 16-year-old daughter dating a 24-year-old. Was there anybody in your life saying, hey, wait a minute?
Yeah, my mother and my brother, who I was living with, were not happy. They were quite sick to their stomachs over it, and they felt bad for him because he's a, good person, and they could see he was struggling as a person, but they did not want that for me. But I was, it wasn't like, screw you, I'm, not listening to you, but I just was still doing what I wanted to do. So friends and family were concerned, but for some reason I got in over my head, and I don't know, I just stayed there. I was sort of worried about him and just sort of watching him and worrying and not doing it until eventually I realized I'm young. I don't have to do this. I'm not, here to take care of this man. And he didn't even want me to, probably. He was, I think, relieved when he was like, oh, good, because I don't want her to see what's going on either.
Yeah.
Talk about, you mentioned John Cusack in the book, and when we watch Say Anything, we all think they must have been dating. You guys had such chemistry. But a couple of years later, you two did get together, and you showed John Cusack the portion of the book where you mention him, and tell us his reaction.
Well, he said it sounds like it wasn't that great, and I was like, no, I tried to to clear the whole thing up. It was fine. He's wonderful. He was a terrific person to go to bed with. That was all really nice and fine. And it was just more, I was trying to illustrate that we've just stayed friends and that will be forever our chemistry as friends. But it got misconstrued. And so ever since that, I feel like, I just want to let people know that we had a perfectly great time in bed, but it just didn't become a relationship.
Yeah. At the time of that iconic boombox scene, did you have a sense of how important that would be in culture at the time?
No, we all were just excited about what song is it going to be, and I think everyone wanted this Elvis Costello song, but it was so good that it is the Peter Gabriel song because that's such a perfect, beautiful, big, gorgeous song for that. But no, we didn't know, Cameron was playing amazing songs in the room when I was filming my side of it just to get in the mood. But then, yeah, we had no idea that would be this thing that people are using at proms or, that are just referring to in movies and cartoons and whatever. So it's really fun.
You've been married a couple of times, famously to Adam Horowitz of the Beastie Boys, and now you're married to Ben Lee, musician. Talk about how your life has changed and having kids and what your life is like now.
Well, I think I made the thing that I wanted to do when I knew I liked being married because I just am someone who does. I just did it at too young an age when I was 21 with Adam. And he's a wonderful, nice musician. So he's a musician, but he's also like a grounded, kind of solid man. So I've done that now again, which is amazing that I could find that again because I clearly like musicians for some reason. And so my husband now, Ben Lee, is like, he's totally creative and amazing, but he helps keep me organized. He's like really together and nice. Yeah, I think I got married young because I was just in a big world and coming out of that relationship that was stressful with Anthony. When I met Adam, he was like, I just wanted to kind of hide out in a cozy marriage. But I was 21, so it just, for me, it didn't last.
Do you feel like protecting your kids from the Hollywood scene?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. A lot of actors or people in the business, when their kids want to, they're like, no, don't. I do, but you do have the advantage if they wanted to. I could sort of say, I can help, but they both so far thought they wanted to act and did a couple auditions But yeah, if they want to do things, they might do stuff behind the scenes. Like one might want to write scripts, but I don't know yet. But I think I could help because I know it so well.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you. The book is Say Everything, a memoir. You can check out Ione Skye on all the socials. Great talking to you, Ione. Thanks so much.
Nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.